So in this movie, you got 8 different points of view, and you would think that of all 8 of them, one of them would be good. but for me, it wasn't like that. It was all kind of silly. But
so we're talking about Vantage Point here.
Yes.
I just saw this movie, and I mean, other than like as it got toward the end, the crazy car chase. But before that, I really didn't see what you saw as silly.
Before that, it was just okay. I was looking at it from these different points of view, and even before then, I thought the dialogue was kind of silly. They even had a point where what's that boy's name with the crazy Forrest Whitaker was walking around with his camera, and he was looking all by himself, and he's like, "Wow, this is beautiful." And it's like, oh my God, can you get any more melodramatic? And that was my problem with the movie, that it was a little melodramatic. And then when you get down to the terrorist plot, it just gets ridiculous. I mean, these are terrorists who are not that well funded, but one of them got an iPhone that can control electronics, can control a gun.
Yeah, iPhone's pretty amazing.
Hey, maybe that's the next release. Maybe I didn't get that version.
I mean, I got to say, like, when he was doing a lot of that stuff on there, I'm like, come on. But then I was like, well, okay, some of that you could do. Now, where he's able to look through the iPhone and see through the scope of the rifle and hit his target dead on, I'm kind of like, I don't know so much about that.
I mean, and it's a
you might see that little like dog pop up if he missed and go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can look at it and tell that they superimpose the image on there too. It's like an iris in, iris out, and I'm looking at this and I'm like, James Bond would be looking at this shit and being like, damn, how come I don't have that?
No,
how
did
did
like,
these?
oh, come on.
Yeah, how did these old ragamuffins get this shit, and I don't have an iPod that can fire a gun? I mean,
because he works for England, and they don't get all the cool shit we get.
That's true.
No, what's the thing? We didn't have it. It was these terrorists who had it, and they can't even. And they got to be PC. They can't make them like the Middle Eastern terrorists, or the Iraq terrorists, or the Saudi Arabia.
Well-funded terrorists.
The main guy, the one leading it, he was Middle Eastern.
They had some other guys in there who looked like they were from
the rest
El
of them,
Salvador.
The rest
and all
of them
this
are from
kind of
Spain. This whole thing takes place in Spain, and it's an assassination attempt.
First of all, I got there like 10 minutes late. I missed the first assassination attempt, but that doesn't reflect anything on the dialogue or anything in this movie. But go ahead.
Okay.
Having totally destroyed your credibility, we'll move on.
No, because there was another hour and 20 minutes of movie to see.
Right, let me explain the movie to you as well as the audience.
What's your vantage point?
My vantage point was that this takes place in Spain, where the president is going to speak at a summit, and there's an assassination attempt where he's shot. 8 different points of view. Everybody's scrambling. There's 2 bombs that go off, and you're trying to figure out or piece together what happens. And what this movie does is you start with your first vantage point, and it takes you through the story up to a point, and then it backs up and says, okay, now here it is from this side. And every time you go to a different vantage point, it advances the story a little bit further, and it takes you to like a high point of drama, like when you're like, okay, what happens next? And it's like, back it up. Now let's see it from this guy's point of view. So it keeps you constantly like wanting to know, okay, what happens next? What happens next? I mean, it's a technique they use on Lost to a degree.
Exactly. And see, that's the thing. That's why I meant when the movies first started out, it was interesting. I noticed some things I thought like, this isn't too good, but this is interesting. Let's see where it goes. And as they gave you little bits of more information about this assassination attempt, the sillier it got to me. And by the time they wrapped the whole thing up, I don't want to ruin it, but there's something with the president maybe being there, but not being there.
I saw kind of that in the trailer.
The double cross to me is kind of stupid. These terrorists having the resources to do what they're doing was kind of unrealistic. And then they have this crazy car chase in the middle of Spain. Granted, now I've never been to Spain, but these streets are about the size of a hallway, and they're just. You know, you're looking at it like, are they driving a toy car through the streets or something? Because this can't be real.
No. I mean, it's a totally exciting car chase, and it's one of those car chases like it's so exciting because you know it could probably never happen. And the only reason I would give it any credibility at all is because before they had that car chase, they showed how like the people race up and down those streets all the time, like mad people, like not just Dennis Quaid and the guy he's chasing, but like everybody, just like the regular citizens drive up and down there like goddamn fools.
Isn't Dennis Quaid the president in here?
No.
No, you're thinking about like 2 movies ago.
Oh, I can't even tell anymore. He's always playing somebody like that.
No, he's a Secret Service agent.
Yeah, you're thinking of
American Dreams.
American Dreams, where he was the
And then in
president.
G.I. Joe, he's like a general or something, but that's neither here nor there.
But
Yeah.
who is the president? What's his name?
William Hurt.
William Hurt.
William
yeah.
Hurt. Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, who, I
He's
mean,
no Morgan Freeman. But
Now, it's not like this. Like I'm going to say, like, man, this movie is great. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, it's what to me was this was a movie where I was watching it. I was not only entertained, I was in suspense. I thought it moved really quickly, and I was interested. When it got to the end, it got a little fantastic. But like, hey, I'm in it now. After I came out, a lot of people started pointing out all the things that were wrong with it, and I'm like, you know what, you guys, I can't deny everything you're saying. These are plot holes, these are flaws. But at the same time, I wasn't picking up on them. I mean, I had to give it credit that it kept it going enough to where I wasn't paying attention to that.
I will also give it credit because as the movie went along, it got funnier and funnier to me. I just started cracking up the more. I was never in suspense.
because
I was
of how
like,
implausible it was.
it was but not only that, but like I said, yeah, it was very exaggerated to the point of silliness, and that was funny. But like I was saying, the dialogue is so laughable as it goes along. I can't even remember some of it, but there were points where I was, and we all started laughing. And it wasn't like, oh, we went on the queue for somebody to laugh. There was a point where everybody started laughing at the same time because it was so ridiculous.
Tell me where.
Well, that one line I told you about where Forrest Whitaker was like, beautiful. Everybody started like, oh, okay. All right.
okay.
And then there was, I don't remember too much about the movie, but there were like about 3 times where everybody was like, wow. Excuse me. I'm tearing up. No, everybody was like, everybody just started like, all right, come on. So, and combined with how unrealistic the story gets, it even made it funnier. Yeah. So by a certain point, I just threw my hands up. I will tell you this, and I think what was so funny to me, there's a point where Forrest Whitaker, he's like, I saw everything. I got it right here. It's like, Negro, with that one lazy eye you got, you could have saw anything. You could have been like, I swear, it was a unicorn dressed up like a leprechaun. And he tried to assassinate the president. I got it. And they're like, come on, man.
Well, they did pretty much ignore him when he said that.
I would too.
Well, he had the Colt 45 breath.
I mean, but yeah, like the big double cross, the double agent, like. There's no way you don't spot this right off the bat. Like you immediately know, like, oh, this guy, he's the one.
The other thing with the little girl running into traffic.
Okay, what is it with little girls that like they can run into the street and see a car coming but can't run out again? Just
they just freeze like a deer
they
in
say
the
like,
headlight.
Yeah, this little girl, she got all kind of time to play Frogger. That's funny, exactly what he said. She's like, that car's a mile down the road. And she just stands there.
Cut back to car.
And everybody, see, that's another thing where everybody laughed because everybody had time to laugh and like say, get the fuck out the way.
Well, that's because the car's that far away. I mean, what the hell are you doing? There's a girl on the road like a mile away just standing there screaming.
It is one of those things where the guys are driving and they're like, gotta get away. And then right when they like a foot away from the girl, like, oh shit! It's like, is everybody in Spain blind or nearsighted or something? Because you can see these things coming a mile away. So yeah, the movie was stupid to me. It held my interest, maybe not for the same reasons that you did. I got enjoyment out of this movie because I thought it was just downright stupid and dumb. So I'm giving it a very low rental for entertainment's sake in the wrong way.
Huh, that's interesting. And it's easily that I could have been influenced because you told me like, oh yeah, this movie's pretty bad, but I need you to go see it. So I was expecting something bad and I was entertained by it. And to me, I felt like, you know what, this is the kind of movie where a lot of people who don't ask for much and don't expect much probably will like it. I'm going to go low matinee.
All right. One movie, 2 different vantage points. But I respect that.
The fight of the century, Sunday.
But you notice, I'm not arguing with you over what you're saying.
Man,
I'm just saying it had a high entertainment value.
How long has it been since I got mad at anyone for seeing a movie and disagreeing with me? It's been a while.
He's saying you saw all the things that were there. You just didn't see all the things.
I'm just going to tell you in the movie, because they tell you in the preview, the president had a double. And they put that pretty
They
much
tell
in the
you in the
movie.
trailer.
Yeah, in the trailer. Yeah, that was stupid to me. The president got a double in the movie, and I think right now.
It's a fact. That's
wait a minute.
record.
So we start over. So they actually use doubles in real
Yeah,
life.
every single major leader has doubles that they use. Yes,
See,
they do.
now you got to kick it up to matinee.
No, I don't, because it was still stupid the way the rest of the story played out. But I think you're a double.
The new iPhone, by the way, can do. It's got Skype.
Okay, now you get
sniper scope functionality.
I don't think the real Leon went to go see this movie. Bring us back to real. What did you do with Leon?
And the speed limit in Spain is 85.
Okay, yeah. And like I said, all little girls are nearsighted too.